Well, hello again everyone, and welcome back to Kovac Enterprises. We are going to wrap Christine up with the finale here. That's hosted by Kenny May for MindlessModelWorks for the Halloween group build. And yes, I didn't get finished on time, but better late than never, as I always say. What I'm going to go through with you today is the base that I use to display Christine on, and show you the internal power supply and how I obtained that. So stand by with me, and we will be right back. And we're back, and as you can see, we have Christine nicely displayed on this base, all set up and ready to go. As you can tell, it's no ordinary base. I actually picked this particular base up at Michael's. You can see it's got an actual latch here, and we got, you know, the hinges on the back as well. So I thought this would be a good idea to display the internal power supply. And I already kind of checked it out at the 9-volt battery, which we have as an example right here that I used. I also used a on-off switch that I got from MindlessModelWorks, and then the other component I used inside the base is the leads to attach to the 9-volt battery itself. So those are basically the three components I use to power up Christine's lights. I guess you can say this is a typical, maybe a jewelry case itself, but I thought it'd be a good idea to use it, and it worked out just fine. As you can see on the side here, we have the actual power switch here, and then we have the brass rod to actually go down into the base where the wires are coming out of Christine and inside the base itself. So let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and open this up, and we'll take a look at how I hooked everything up to power up Christine. So stand by, we'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, we actually used some extra wire just so that we could take Christine off the base and give it plenty of slack so that we're not binding any of the wires up here. The first thing that we're looking at here is I actually used a higher gauge wire, a red and a green, and attached it accordingly to the red's going to the red magnet wire coming through the brass tube, which I glued in place with some Gorilla Glue. So we went ahead and attached that, soldered it, and then we put some heat shrink on it to protect it. We did the same thing for the green magnet wire. We attached an extra gauge wire to the magnet wire, and once again heat shrinked it once it was soldered, and then we went ahead and taped it in place here. We went ahead and drilled a hole for the on-off switch, and basically we went ahead and attached the lead wire coming off of the 9-volt battery with the main positive wire coming from Christine, tied the two of them together, and then soldered it to one of the posts of the on-off switch. And then we did the same thing with the ground wire. We have the ground wire coming in. We took the black lead off of the 9-volt battery, attached it to the green wire, and then we went ahead and attached it and soldered it to the other post on the back end of the on-off switch. And then of course I heat shrinked all that to protect and separate the wire so they don't, cross over and burn itself out. What I'm holding, basically the 9-volt battery is being held down with is some Velcro. It's basically one of those picture hanger types that don't make any marks on the wall. And so let me see if I can bring this in a little bit closer here for you. Just want to be careful with Christine there. So basically we can just pretty much just pull it apart like so, and you can see we have one of the Velcro that's attached to the base, and then we went ahead and applied the Velcro to the back end of the 9-volt battery, so it'd be easy to replace the battery once it dies out. And then basically we just go ahead and attach it and then just push it down, and then we have a nice firm attachment to keep the battery in place. So basically that's it. Like I said before, summarizing, we just extended the wires to give it plenty of slack for Christine so that we can get access to the inside power supply there. And once again, we just attached the power wires from Christine to the battery lead, soldered it on one side, and then we did the ground wire. The same thing. We used a green wire, attach it to the black negative lead of the battery, and then soldered it to the other side of the post for the on-off switch. So that's basically how simple it is to hook up your power supply for your lighting system, in this case for lighting up Christine. So let me go ahead and put this back together again, and we will light up Christine and show you how that works. So we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with Christine back in her place on display on the box. So everything is sealed up again, and so let's just do kind of like a quick 360 on her before we put the lights on. So there she is. And one of the things I did do as far as the base or the box that Christine is being displayed on is I actually took some clear sealer, and I actually wiped that on the box to give it a kind of like a little bit of a sheen. And then of course we did have some decals for Christine, and of course as far as I know, the only decals I used for Christine were the license plates, but I did use some of the decals to actually apply on the display box itself. So we have a flame here, we have Christine in a bigger font wording, and then we put Christine here in the front with I Love Arnie, and then over here we have Darnell's Tonight, just to contrast it up a little bit and use some of the decals. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and push the on-off switch and light her up. Alrighty then, I guess we had some technical difficulties, so I opened the box back up again, and one of the problems was, I guess, the 9-volt battery I was using drained itself out, so I replaced it with a new battery. And once I turned it back on again, the next issue was one of the headlights. I guess one of the SMDs either short-circuited or burned itself out. So we only have 3 working headlights, but we do have the working tail light still in place, and we have the green light for the radio still in place. While I'm thinking about, I did add some Tamiya clear red on the tail lights themselves to kind of give it a darker red color. So sorry about the technical issues, but I guess we got 3 out of 4 headlights working now. So until I have some time, I'll check it out on, later, see if I can't get that working. But for right now, let's just kind of deal with what we got. So let's try this one more time. Okay, as you can see, we have at least 3 working headlights going on there. And as we turn around, I don't know if you can see inside, but there's the green light for the radio inside the interior bucket. And then as we come around to the back side, we have the red tail lights. So let me go ahead and turn off the lights here and see what it looks like in somewhat dark atmosphere. So hold on a second. Okay, so you can see what it looks like during the nighttime COV mode. Once again, there's the tail lights, and then you can see a little bit better on the radio inside the car itself. And then as we kind of come around, we can see the headlights, 3 out of 4. So there you go. There is Christine. Alright, let me go ahead and turn the lights back on, and we'll go ahead and turn the power off. So there she is in all her glory. I hope you enjoyed this series of Christine, and we will catch you on the next video. Of course, we have the upcoming Tom Daniels 3rd annual build, hosted by Dirk Pitt and Chris Cortell. So I will be showing my entry in the next video of what I'm going to be building for this year's Tom Daniels. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a good day, and we will catch you on the next video. Until then, everybody have a good day.